Well, hello out there. How's everybody doing? It's everybody's favorite conservative in New York, Christopher Wright, here to present you with another one of my infamous walk and talk videos. What's today's walk and talk going to be about? Yes, you already know what's going on at the southern border with the Caravan arriving there, and just want to speak on that whole situation. What's my stance? I mentioned it a little bit in previous videos, but when it comes to this whole Caravan issue I'm having is, for one, who's funding it? You know, who funded this whole situation? We got, 50,000 immigrants coming over here. 5,000 immigrants, I'm sorry. And where are we supposed to place them? And it's like, what's so weird about everything, man, is you got people who are telling us, we're being, just ruthless and savage citizens for not just letting these people come over in our country. And it's like, but come to our country right now and take a look around. Come to America, come to California, go to Baltimore, come to East New York. I can go Oakland, city after city. You see all these homeless out here, and you see people struggling, not doing good for themselves. And it's like, with Trump, he has an American first strategy, and I respect that strategy. And that strategy is the way it should be. It's because look what's going on out here, man. I mean, the other day I was on a train on the way to Manhattan, ran to a veteran, two-tour Vietnam veteran, man. Guy was, he's still tough as nails, and someone told me just to talk with him. I spoke with him for a bit, and he mentioned to me how he just out in the streets having a hard time. He can't get by. Nobody's living a helping hand. There's no assistance from the government, nothing. His brother died over there on tour as well during battle. So it's just like, man, had his dog tags and showed me and everything, and we had a great conversation, man. But it just made me think, like, how come this guy who came and fought in a war like Vietnam, which was anybody knows history, American history, that wasn't no simple, basic war. A lot of men died in that war, and it was a lot of people got drafted during that time and got sent to war. So it was just a really tough time, man. And these guys aren't getting taken care of in this country. But we have it set up where if, you can sneak over across the border illegally, then we'll give you government assistance. We'll get your children education system. We'll do all these things, all these benefits you have. And it's like, what did you do for these benefits? You technically broke the law. And if you look at a lot of these immigrants, what they're doing, man, is they're putting their kids up as like sex trafficking, man. They put the daughters up there if they're trying to cross the border. And these people that are, transferring these people from other countries across the border, most of the southern border, of course, Honduras, Mexico, areas like that, Guatemala, they're putting their kids up to get sex trafficked, man. So they're getting their daughters get raped a whole bunch of times, or, maybe sons, who knows, just to get over to his country. And it's like, people don't look at that picture. All they look at is, oh, these poor, innocent, oh, they're so, oh, of course, liberals, of course, oh, the poor little, what about the children? What about the, did you think about, what about the children when their parents were taking them across different countries on a caravan? Were you thinking about the kids then? Were you thinking about the kids when their parents get put up for sex trafficking? Were you thinking about the kids then? No, you only think about the kids when the media is portraying them like the way they're trying to portray the situation on the news, because it's all about votes. It's all about your party. You don't care about these people. You don't care about these citizens, or illegal aliens, I'm sorry, that are try to come across here. You don't care about them at all. It's all about votes, man. And that's my issue with the Democratic Party, man. It's like, you guys are so quick to point something out when it's, I'm sorry, it's a little windy out here, guys, if you can't hear me. But when it's some conservative side, you're so quick to point it out. But it's when it's your side, when it's your party that's doing the bad, doing the dirt, you guys, well, don't even report on it. Don't let the mainstream media touch it. So, I mean, and they're also, oh, they were shooting tear gas at the children, and what about the, and that's what we think Obama did in the same situations that happened when he was president. And there's video evidence of them shooting tear gas back then at the immigrants trying to come across the border. So this is not something new here, but when it's Trump doing it, now all of a sudden it's a problem. Now all of a sudden it's a nation crisis issue, and oh my gosh, we're like living in Nazi Germany right now. And then people comparing it, like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, dumb idiot she is, comparing it to Nazi Germany. Like, give me a break, man. Like, where's the and I'm sorry. Hold on, give me a second here. I'm like, if this is Nazi Germany, where's the concentration camps? Where is, people, and another thing, they were citizens in Germany, Jewish people were at that time. They were regular citizens, and they got attacked because of their religious beliefs. And that's totally different from somebody who's breaking a law, trying to come across the border illegally, who's not a citizen here, who doesn't really, they don't speak English. Their children don't speak English. So you're coming over here with a disadvantage, and you're coming here expecting benefits from us, and the taxpayers got to take care of everything. And it's like, how is that okay? I can't do that myself as an American. If I go to another country, if I try to go to Germany, if I try to go to Jamaica, if I try to go to Australia, it doesn't matter where I go. If I try to go there and I'm look my hand out like, hey, I need housing, I need food, I need education, I want to go back, hey, I'm going to go to college, get a master's degree. Education, you know, I got kids, by the way, with me, and they're going to need education too, and they're going to need food and housing. And, oh, by the way, I don't speak your language at all. I don't know your language, and sorry. So can you guys figure it out for me too? Can you accommodate me for that too? They are going to kick me out of the country so fast. Some of those countries, I won't even get out there alive. You know that. And especially in the Middle East, there's some places where, for speaking like that straight up, it's trouble. And it's like, wow. So we get treated like that anywhere else we go. And there's not going to be any news there saying, oh, poor American guy comes over here, Switzerland. There's not going to be any news report. It's going to be like that. What was he thinking? What was he thinking? He can't come to another country and expect to be taken care of. That's, you know, that's common sense. But yet when it comes to America, we're supposed to be the babysitter for them. And I'm sick of it, man. We've done it long enough. And even when we were doing it the most, people were having a problem with that. Oh, America's always putting their nose in people's business. America's always trying to interfere. Well, okay, how about this? No more interference. We're going to focus on Americans first. That's the policy. That's the way we're going to move. And you guys take care of yourselves. How about that? Oh, no, you can't do that, can you? So you got to come over here with your hand out. And then what happens when you guys come over here and we just let you, if we let the border wide open, everybody just come in here, what's going to happen to America over time? Especially the way when it comes to people across that southern border in Mexico, Honduras, those areas, they still in that old mentality of, you know, 4, 5, 6 children. They don't even believe in having protection for sex in some countries, man. So these guys are having 6, 7 kids. What's going to happen when they come over here having 6, 7 kids over 2 or 3 generations? They're going to end up outnumbering us. And what's going to happen to the United States? It's going to turn to it's going to turn to Mexico Part 2. That's what's going to happen. Let me just keep it real here. And, you know, thank you. I appreciate it. You're awesome as well, Mark. You're the man. But it's going to turn into Mexico Part 2. And once it's Mexico Part 2, it's like, who's going to want to be a part of that, man? It's like, if you guys want to fix an issue, you got to fix the root of the issue. And just letting people cross the border isn't fixing the root. If they're escaping from Honduras, they come over here, and we just let them over here, and we don't fix what's going on there, what's going to happen? They're going to keep on coming until it becomes Honduras or Mexico, whatever it is, Part 2. It's like, we have to fix what's going on in their countries, man. Because once we do that, then they're not going to try to come over here to the border, because the benefits we have here that you're trying to escape to come and get, they're going to already have in their own country. That's how you fix the issue. That's how you fix the problem. Open borders does not fix nothing. If you don't believe me, just go to Europe. Go to Italy. Go to Greece. Hey, I lived in Germany 5 years. Go to Germany right now. And tell me it looks like the same people that have been in Europe. Tell me that's the same Germany that you remember when you were there last. I look at videos of what's going on in Europe right now, and it makes me sick. It makes me sick. I was always, as Europe was a place I would consider living again one day. I say, hey, man, maybe when I get older and, you know, I'm on my feet and really strong, ready to go, I'll go out and live in Europe with my family one day again so they can see this beautiful country. Not anymore. I'll never take my family or anybody that I care about over to Europe, because it's falling apart. It's terrible what's going on to that country. It's because of those refugees over there, man, from North Africa and Syria. They let them right on open. Angela Merkel and Theresa May, they did that. So you telling me they're going to do the same thing over here and it's going to be different? Nothing's going to be different. Nothing's going to be different. I know the agenda. We know the BS. And we're tired of it, man. I'm tired of it. So it's like, I saw it happen to that country. And I'm a person, when I see it, I'm logical. If it happened there, it can happen here. And it's the same people that did it there. There's globalists, the George Soroses of the world, funding these kind of order out of chaos situations where they're funding people to go across borders illegally, where they're funding battles and wars in countries. That's happening to try to do the same thing here in America. They did it to Europe first. Now they saw they can do it to Europe. They're going to try to do it to us. And that's what this whole caravan situation is about. And that's why I'm telling anybody who's watching it, don't get fooled, because these people are putting their children up in the sky. You know, when the guns come out on our end, when the military's protecting us, they're going to throw their children up in the air like, oh, bro, here's my child. It's like, how? Okay. So that is a huge problem right there. That's the issue that we're having. And it is, you know, it needs to come to an end, man. It needs to come to an end. And, you know, that's the main message I have for today's walk and talk, man. It's just, Don't be fooled by the media, man. You know, you saw what they're doing with the infamous picture, of course, with the woman with her 2 children, yada, yada, yada. We all know what that's about. That is, you know, just the media doing what they do, man, working their magic. Because if you look at the overall picture, you see all the cameramen standing around making these immigrants, illegal immigrants and aliens, I'm sorry, pose in certain ways with their children, have them barefoot, all kinds of stuff. So they get the American people all, oh, poor, what's going on with the poor immigrants? And they get us all on our sorrow on our end, go try to touch us in the heart and make us feel the way we feel as Americans. Do not fall for that nonsense. Because if you look at the majority, 70 to 80% male, looks like to me, and they're at fighting age. So they're the age looking like 18 to 40 is where they're at. And it's a lot of them. That's an invasion. That is an invasion. That is not putting our hand out to help out a country. That is allowing somebody to invade your country. That's what that is. And it's happened in Europe, and it's destroyed Europe. And it started with Benghazi, with Obama and Hillary lying about that. They started that. So you gonna let them do it here? Why do you think Hillary and Obama and all them are so adamant about it happening here now? Because they want the same thing to happen to us that's going on in Europe. They want globalist takeover. They want a new world order. And we're not gonna allow it, man. This is America. And you see us fighting back already, man. You see this, Trump got the fence, got the temporary fence up, barbed wire fence up. He's already saying, hey, Mexico handle this or it's gonna be a problem. So, you know, America's back. We got our backbone. You know, we got a president that's a fighter. And he's got people out here like me out here spreading the word, doing my end and doing my part of the fight. You know, everybody's very conservative in New York, Christopher Wright. You know, hit you with another walk and talk. And this is going to be the question of the day, man, is if what would you do? All right, what would you expect another country to do if 5,000 Americans came out their border and just stood there expecting what these immigrants are expecting? Will you think there would be so much worry and concern about us Americans if we try to do that to another country? Do you think they'll have news reports and people from that, citizens of that country crying and, you know, begging us for us to come across that border? You know, let that marinate and tell me your thoughts. But thank you for everybody for all the support. You know, the Conservative Republican Alliance is up and running. Had a first meeting last weekend, so expect to hear more about that soon. But that's all I have to say for today. Everybody enjoy the rest of your day. And of course, I end on my most important note. God bless everybody out there. And of course, God bless America. Enjoy the day. Adios.